Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chip Over the Top Rugby Podcast. My name is Ryan, the host of this podcast. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Before we dive in, all the good stuff, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more. I generally do appreciate it. So the squad has just been announced for this Friday's friendly against the Queensland Reds. Corey Hill has been named captain. Regan Grace handed his first start, and a few other players who will get involved for the first time this summer series. So without further ado, let's dive in. Before I do that, I just want to say I'm a little bit disappointed in some of the positionings and some of the narrative that was coming out this week surrounding the potential squad. There was this big article saying that Rio Dyer was going to get rested after a long competitive 18 months of rugby. So I was hoping to maybe see, someone else on the wing there. But like I said, some jigging round and some players missing out due to injury. Those players missing out due to injury, it looks like it's Jacob Beetham, who I was personally looking forward to maybe having a start at 10. And also, it does look like Ben Carter, the lock as well. So without further ado, let's dive in. Kemsey Matthias, loose head prop. Evan Lloyd starts at hooker. So obviously, Derry Lake not involved in the squad at all, getting a well-deserved rest. Archie Griffin, again, on the tight head. Obviously, he needs playing time. He needs game time. He is not the first choice tight head at Bath. So as much professional game time as he can get, and minutes-wise is probably the best thing for him. Matthew Screech and Corey Hill make up the second row. Corey Hill actually coming in to captain the squad. A little bit interesting option there with Corey Hill captaining in the squad. We know my thoughts on Corey Hill, but it is what it is. And then a rejigging of the back row. Chris Chunza goes from second row to blindside flanker. Tane Plumtree moves to open side, and then Mackenzie Martin at 8. Obviously, Mackenzie Martin's first start. He didn't come off the bench on last week, so I'll be looking forward to seeing him round the park. Moving with the backs, Gareth Davis gets his first start of the summer series. He is vice-captain. Sam Costello comes in at 10. Like I said, no Jacob Beetham, who's injured. Unfortunately, I would have liked to see him maybe get a start at 10 there as well, just so we can see what he's like at 10 with the other option, considering that all three of them went out to on the tour as 10. So that is obviously Ben Thomas. Beetham was going to play 10 possibly as well, and then Costello as well. Regan Grace getting his first start for Wales. I'm very excited to see that. He slots in on the left wing. Eddie James comes in at 12, which will be good because that's obviously his natural position. Nick Tompkins moves outside to 13. And then, interestingly, Rio Dyer has moved to the right wing. And I say interestingly because obviously, like I said, the narrative was that Rio Dyer was going to get a long rest. And I thought, that may have come as of this week. But nope, he's getting a second start. And then Cam Winnett back at fullback. So a very interesting 1 through 15. Let's take a quick dive and look at the bench. Evan Daniel will come on for hooker, hopefully. So no Derry Lake in the squad. That'll be Evan Daniel's first appearance in the squad as well. Corey Domachowski finally gets a nod in. Not sure why he's not starting. Interesting there. And then Harry O'Connor will be the tight head option. Obviously, now that I've seen this squad, Dylan Lewis injured, clearly not involved, which is a bit disappointing. I think he's probably our most experienced tight head option, so Harry O'Connor's in there. And then a very strong sort of makeup of the rest of the bench. David Jenkins, he will probably come on, I'm sure, for Corey Hill, probably take over as captain possibly, and then Tommy Raffels on the bench. And then an interesting back, so we have Kieran Hardy. They're obviously giving Ellis Bevan a bit of a rest. Ben Thomas will come in either at centre or 10, depending on how things go. And then Mason Grady makes up the other option there. So yeah, interesting. Obviously, the injuries probably forced this decision. I would imagine Harry O'Connor probably would have been picked by Dylan Lewis if Dylan Lewis was fit. And maybe Ben Thomas would have been given a bit of rest, and we would have seen Beetham in there, or vice versa, Costello on the bench with Beetham starting at 10. So yeah, I'm excited to see where Mason Grady comes in off the bench, whether he slots in at 13 or on the wing. I think that'll be awesome to see him, in those wider channels, which is what we've been crying for as Welsh fans. So yeah, that is the squad. That is 1 through 23. Obviously, like I said, a few players missing out due to injury, which is disappointing. But yeah, we shall see what this squad can do. It's interesting. I'll run through it one more time. Kemsley Matthias, Evan Lloyd, Archie Griffin, Matthew Screech, Corey Hill, Chris Tunza, Tane Plumtree, Mackenzie Martin, Gareth Davis, Sam Costello, Regan Grace, Eddie James, Nick Tompkins, Rio Dyer, Cam Winnett. And then on the bench, Evan Daniel, Corey Domachowski, Harry O'Connor, David Jenkins, Tommy Raffel, Kieran Hardy, Ben Thomas, and Mason Grady. Let me know your thoughts on that squad below. I'm interested to see this. Obviously, the game is on Friday morning, so interesting timing. Obviously, not on Saturday morning, which is a little bit frustrating, I'm sure, if people are working Friday. And it's going to be difficult viewing anyway, because obviously it's on here in the morning at like 5 a.m. But it's very difficult to try and see what channels it's on. I'm pretty sure it's watchable on Sky Sports, so we'll see if I can get on that and watch that as well. But yeah, that is the squad. That is the last sort of shebang of this Welsh team. I'm interested to see what can happen here. They definitely need to come away with a win, but obviously this is a friendly, so it's not going to go against the rankings of the world, which is probably a good thing, because if we lost, we would definitely be slipping down those rankings. But yeah, just a friendly. I'm pretty sure this does count as an international cap, however. So interesting that it's obviously, it doesn't affect rankings, but obviously they're not playing an international team. The last time the Reds faced an international team was Scotland in 2004, and the Reds absolutely wiped the floor with them. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what goes on here. I'm excited to see it, as I'm sure you are. So that is the squad. Let me know your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up. Diolch Yn Fawr. Peace.